This is the most embarrassing moment of Bianca Belair's life. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that was, why it was so embarrassing, and really why I feel bad and why you should feel bad for Bianca Belair, because she's had her ups and she's had her downs in WWE. 2021, that was a pretty strong year for Bianca. Think about where she's come from. She went from NXT, not really knowing what her gimmick was, getting over with that fan base, making a name for herself, having a long women's championship reign, being called up to the main roster, going through adversity. 2021, that was an adversity year. She had gone from headlining WrestleMania 37 Night 1 against Sasha Banks to dethroning her as women's champion. She made countless title defenses until SummerSlam that year, which saw her reign end. If you recall, Belair was supposed to wrestle Carmella on the show in the opening bout, only for returning Becky Lynch to make a surprise appearance after being away for over a year due to her being carrying her first child with Seth Rollins. It was a decision made by Vince McMahon to have Lynch go over Belair in just 26 seconds to start her heel run. Now, since then, or following that, they feuded for a while. Eventually, Belair got her revenge the following year at WrestleMania. She then went on another long run as champion. As of late, she's not been in the top position on the card necessarily, but she's been heavily focused on. She's been heavily featured on Friday Night SmackDown. I've praised WWE for what they were able to do with Bianca Belair thus far this year as we're rolling into August. Man, has this year flown. You look at this like, look, not all top talent can be in the title hunt and or the top champion on a brand. They just can't. You need ebbs and flows. You need new stars coming in. You need to be able to build up new stars, reinvent stars, refresh stars. And that's what they've been able to do. That's why I think it's so brilliant that when they brought in Jade Cargill from AEW, and after months and months and months of training down at the Performance Center, they paired her with Bianca Belair, because ever since then, you know, they had a match at WrestleMania. They've been paired together. They had a run as tag team champions. They've been able to do it very, very well in terms of the pairing. It protected Jade Cargill when she first came in, and it has continuously kept Bianca Belair relevant and in top programs, right? So that leads us to today's video, because Bianca Belair spoke about the SummerSlam loss while speaking with Metro. She recalled the match and how embarrassing it was for her. This is what she had to say. 26 seconds at SummerSlam. That was the most embarrassed I've ever been. My parents were in the audience. They didn't know what was going on. They had no idea that that was happening, she recalled. I really felt bad for them. That 2021 SummerSlam was so weird. It was so weird. It was so Vince McMahon, right? He was still in charge before the allegations came out against him in the following summer. Triple H obviously had his first SummerSlam the following year, 2022. That was so weird because Bianca Belair, she had a long run as champion, obviously from Mania to SummerSlam, right? That's a notable run. You look at what she was able to do during that feud, or during that run, rather, it was actually really, really good stuff, right? Like, she was beating credible contenders. She was putting on really good matches. She had her character worked down. She was doing good promos. Like, she was really finding herself on the main roster. On the flip side of that, you had Becky Lynch, who had been on the most impressive run by a female star in WWE history, in my opinion, from the fall-ish of 2018, where they tried to turn Becky heel, and the fans pushed back, and they rallied behind her in a feud with Charlotte Flair. She was supposed to meet Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series that year. Obviously, Nia Jax popped her upside the head, broke her orbital bone, etc., concussion. She had to pull out of that match against Ronda. That was our only opportunity that we've ever came close to seeing Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey in a singles match. It did not happen. She gets replaced by Charlotte Flair. Charlotte, Ronda, they work Survivor Series. She catches fire in Becky Lynch, which really helped her momentum, in my opinion. You go to 2019, WrestleMania 35, they have an epic build-up. That build-up to that triple threat in the main event, there's a reason why that was the main event. It was the hottest program that WWE had at the time. You had Becky Lynch win the Raw and SmackDown Women's title. She goes into some funky mixed tag team feud where it was her and Seth Rollins against Baron Corbin and I'm blanking on her name. Lacey Evans, that's her name, Lacey Evans. You have that weird wonky feud, but then she has a pretty good 2019 going on to it. 2020 was good up until she announced that she was pregnant, right? Her and Shayna had a pretty good feud into Mania, I believe, that year. And she's one of your biggest baby faces. She's one of your biggest merch sellers. And you bring her back as a heel after a long hiatus, over a year that the fan base had not seen Becky Lynch, someone that they love, someone that they rally behind. Not only do you turn her heel, you turn her into some wacky Seth Rollins knockoff character that nobody wanted to see, right? And big time Bex. Jesus, that was... And then finally Triple H is like, okay, I'm taking over here and we're slowly getting out of this. We can't turn you overnight because the fans will push back, but like, we're getting away from this gimmick. 26 seconds. All the hard work, everything like that. Bianca Belair loses the title. I can 100% see why that was an embarrassing moment for her. I can 100% understand why that would suck for her. Look, you see what Triple H was able to do with Bianca Belair in NXT. You look and see what Triple H was able to do with her on the main roster and still on the main roster. Bravo to what he's been able to do. And you know what? I'm not trying to defend the scumbag and Vince McMahon. If you look at what he was able to do with the booking of Bianca Belair outside of this anomaly, he did a decent job with her on the main roster, right? She had 2 long runs. She is such a likable person, and that is why she has been able to get over to the point where she is one of their more popular stars. She's just a likable person who has a likable character, who is a really good in-ring worker, who can speak well, who has her character down. She, from her entrance to her long hair to the way that she works and the interactions in which she has with fans on and off screen, you can see why WWE has highly and deeply invested in this woman and pushed her to the point where she is today. That is what Bianca Belair was able to do in WWE. That is the beauty of what Bianca Belair has been able to do in WWE, and that is the beauty in which Bianca Belair will continue to do in WWE. Let me know down in the comments area below, what do you think about this booking decision? What do you think about Bianca Belair's comments? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video.